Previously, on Wish You Were Here. The pen sits mystically on her nightstand, a silent testament to both promise and warning. Her hand glides over its smooth surface, caught between two futures, one safe and predictable, the other uncertain but full of possibility. One stroke could unravel it all, or spark something entirely new. Will she use the pen or not? Welcome back to Short Stories and More, where we read to you our most feel-good stories. This evening, we finish our reading of the ongoing series, Wish You Were Here. If you are new to this series, we strongly encourage you to pause and locate our Wish You Were Here playlist, where you can catch up on all the other chapters. If you are returning, we thank you for your support and making it to the end of our first YouTube short story series. We ask that you sit back, relax, and enjoy the finale of Wish You Were Here. The soft patter of raindrops drums against the window pane, creating nature's own melody. Droplets cascade down the glass, each bead tracing an unpredictable path. In this moment, painting feels like the sole anchor that can ground her amidst the downpour. Aria stands before her easel. Her hand moves almost of its own accord, each brushstroke mirroring the rhythm of the rain. Indigo and gray hues swirl on the canvas, forming clouds of conflict that embody her inner struggle. The torrent intensifies, hitting the roof with the cadence of countless tiny heartbeats. Her art takes shape beneath her fingers, a storm of emotions brought to life through color and contrast. One road glows with hope, showing a destiny unmarked by her choice. The other lies in shadow, heavy with what she chooses to keep and what she leaves behind. She studies her creation, its silent truths speaking in a medium only she can understand. The artwork doesn't offer answers, but reflects her heart with unflinching honesty. At last, clarity emerges. Aria steps into the hallway and walks towards the kitchen, her footsteps light but intentional. The apartment shudders with the distant rumble of thunder. Magnetic currents rippling along the glass panes, and the sudden flash of lightning that momentarily fractures the darkness. She notices Nasir pacing once more, his glance lifting sharply when she enters. His expression bears a mix of relief and uneasiness.
"Hi,"
he says, his greeting gentle but cautious. "Hi," she replies, her tone measured. "We need to talk." Nasir inclines his chin and gestures to the small dining table, guiding her with a subtle motion and pulling out a chair for her. She sits, her elbows resting on the polished wood surface. He lowers himself into the seat opposite her, his eyes searching her features for hidden meaning. "I've made up my mind," Aria announces, her words unwavering. "I'm going to use the pen." For a second, Nasir's composure falters, then transforms into something more thoughtful.
"You're sure?"
he asks, carefully, his question carrying no resentment.
"You know what that means."
Aria meets his gaze. I do. I've truly enjoyed your company. You've shown me things about myself that I didn't realize I needed to see. But if I don't undo this, I'll always wonder what I've sacrificed to keep it. She emphasizes.
All right.
He says, sincerely.
You deserve to live without regret.
A tremor builds in her throat as she blinks back tears. Nasir responds with warmth.
This may not have been an ideal situation, but my feelings were true. Please remember us fondly.
Aria goes into her room and picks up the pen. She centers herself and presses the pen to paper, whispering, "Reverse the spell, set things right." A surge of energy courses through her. The golden encasement blazes brightly before dimming. The room descends into an eerie quiet. The world around her dissolves. Her chest tightens. She has undone her wish. But rather than comfort, an emptiness fills her. The absence is undeniable, and though she knows it was the right choice, the weight of what's lost lingers. Days pass, and Aria misses Nasir deeply. She tries to live normally, but thoughts of him constantly return. She acknowledges her affection for him, genuine and transcending the supernatural phenomenon that manifests him into her life. "I have to find him," she declares, the words charged with intensity and yearning. Aria tries to use the pen again, but it remains unresponsive. Remembering Ms. Beta's account about the previous occupants' belongings at the Museum of Arcane Magic, she decides to go there. Her mind races with doubt and resolve. How do I find someone who might only exist in the depths of my own wishes? In the museum, surrounded by dusty artifacts, Aria discovers a book by Isolde Nightshade, the former resident of her apartment. It reveals that when wishes are undone, the beings they create don't vanish, but merge into the natural world. To uncover them, one must seek places where fate and magic intertwine. Her pulse quickens as she snaps photos of the pages. A handwritten note in the margin catches her attention. "The undoing reshapes, not erases. What was born of magic now lives in reality." Fueled by determination, she explores the city persistently, diving into libraries, wandering through markets, and investigating theaters, opera houses, galleries, and even wishing wells. The city morphs into a complex maze with the promise of discovery or the sting of disappointment. One chilly evening, Aria stumbles upon a bookstore nestled in the remnants of an old library, its timeless charm drawing her inside. The scent of aged books and worn timber wraps her like a familiar embrace. A presence she can't ignore washes over her. She scans the store, and then she sees him. Just beyond the aisle, a man sits with the same warm smile and kind eyes, flipping through a stack of cookbooks. Her heart skips a beat. Mustering her courage, she approaches him. "Excuse me," she says quietly. He looks up. Their eyes meet, and everything stops. A spark of recognition passes between them, electric and undeniable.
Aria,
He murmurs, soft as memory.
I have been waiting for you.
Nasir. Her voice is barely audible. Is this real? He nods, a beam of happiness lighting up his face.
It's me.
Aria steps closer, her emotions steady for the first time in what feels like forever. The surroundings fade into nothing, leaving only them and the unspoken promise of a new beginning. We hope you enjoyed the final part of our series, Wish You Were Here by Ember Yarrow. Thank you for joining us on our tale of manifestation and love through the new year. We wish you a year of love, success, and happiness. And if you come across a strange-looking pen, well, and until we read again, stay cozy.